Guys, what's up? Welcome back to another edition of Intuitive Angling. Much appreciated you guys checking out the video today. And final day of practice here at Lake Cherokee for the Bassmaster Open. And today we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you guys some good tips on spinning reels, as far as the right size of spinning reels and why you should use a certain size. But real quick, I was just going to sort of go over my routine here every morning before we go to the tournaments. One of the things that's really sort of bittersweet is every time I come out to untarp my boat in the morning, I think back to my good friend, my Army Ranger buddy, Rodney Schmolak, who traveled with me and fished with me for many years. When I come out here every morning, I don't care what time I came out here, it could be 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever, Rodney would already be out here and he'd have my tarp off the boat. He'd have it perfectly folded. I mean, he'd have it folded like a bed sheet you see in a hotel. Everything strapped in for his rods ready, and he'd be waiting on me. And in the tournament morning, when we were camping together or staying together, again, I don't care what time I would be get up in the morning, Rodney would already have my boat cover off for me, folded up perfectly for me, ready to go. So every time I come out here to take my boat cover off in the morning, I always remember thinking about Rodney being out here for all those years. So I definitely miss that guy. So anyway, here it is, going to give you guys some good juice on reel size and spinning rods. Okay guys, let's talk a little bit about spinning reel sizes and what you need to consider as far as when you're buying one. This is actually a question from a request from one of the subscribers I got today. But spinning reels, man, I use them a lot. I probably use them at least 50-60% of the time in my fishing. They're super versatile. Like I said, most of you guys know that I don't use braided fluorocarbon, I use straight fluorocarbon. So I've got some things that I've really found out that helps me out as far as performance on a spinning reel. First of all, I'm going to say right off the bat, the biggest key, guys, when you're looking for a spinning reel, what you want to look for is the spool diameter. See how this is the 3000 series. This is a Lew's TLC 3000. I buy them just like you do, guys. I don't get these given to me. I just buy them like you guys do. But see how large that spool is right there, the diameter of it? The biggest mistake I see guys making when they purchase the spinning reels, they buy these spinning reels that's got these little bitty spools on it. Now, the only time that is really a good thing to do, or not even a good thing to do, but that's the only time that you really would even consider a spool smaller than a 3000 series, is if you're vertical fishing, like if you're drop shot fishing where you're not casting. Because the advantage that a big spool gives you, and this is the key on it, is when you have a large diameter spool, that gives you the ability to make a lot longer casts. You can probably, I'm going to say that you can make a 25% longer cast with a 2500 or 3000 series spool over like a 2000 series spool, which is the next size down. So I consider like a 2000 series something for crappie fishing or something like that. Every reel that I have in my boat is the large diameter 3000 series spool. So, and I do that, like I said, mainly for casting distance. Another thing, with the large spool on that, is you can run a little bit heavier line. If you've got a small spool spinning reel, it's very difficult to go over about an 8-pound test. But on these larger spools like that, I can throw up to like 12-pound test fluorocarbon on my spinning reels and still get away with it. Now, to me, this is really important because I don't use braided line. Now, you guys that are using braided line, it may be a little bit different application, although even if you're using a braided fluorocarbon setup, you can still get more distance out of the 3000 series spool. Another thing you want to look at on a spinning reel when you buy it is it needs to fit well in your hand. So, everybody has different size hands, but one of the things that I really like is a large, meaty reel handle. See how big that is right there? To me, having a big handle on there, it gives you a lot more power, it gives you more leverage over the fish, it gives you more control over it. And another thing is I don't ever use a drag. I back reel 100% of the time, so I really rely on my handle on there. And that's another thing, is make sure when you're buying a spinning reel that you have a reel with an anti-reverse on it. I know a lot of the spinning reels that are starting to come out now, some of them, there's no anti-reverse option, it's drag only. And guys, using a drag on a spinning reel, we've talked about this before, it's the worst thing you can do. You see these dudes out there peeling off line when fish are stripping. That's just ridiculous. All you have to do is click your anti-reverse off and learn to back reel. Once you learn to back reel, you can control the fish a lot better. You can respond to the slightest movement quicker than a drag can. I don't care how smooth your drag is, it's not as efficient as back reeling. So anyway, guys, that's just my quick tip this morning. Get you a large diameter spool, at least a 3000 series size. Makes casting a lot easier, handles bigger line, and it just makes for a lot less bird's nest. So anyway, last day of practice here at Lake Cherokee. I'm gonna get out here and try to figure these fish out. Got a short day today. We've got to be off the water at noon. I'll give you guys the last practice day report here after I get off this afternoon. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all later.